Hey guys, it's KevyDog4. Here are my predictions for Week 13 of the 2016 NFL season. So Thursday's game is Dallas versus Minnesota. My pick is Dallas because they have won all their games except for Week 1. Minnesota has lost 5 of their last 6, I want to say, and they're losing out on their opportunity for the playoffs while Dallas is still going in at full force and beating teams every week, so I'm picking Dallas. Detroit, New Orleans. This one was hard for me to pick. I ended up picking Detroit because they have a lot better of a record than people realize. New Orleans is close to 500, but there have been some games against quality teams. They don't tend to beat real quality teams. Most of their wins are against the intermediate teams. So I'm picking Detroit to win this game. Los Angeles and New England. This one's easy for me. New England's playing at home. Los Angeles has a fairly mediocre record this season so far. So I'm picking New England. Denver and Jacksonville. This is another thing like that where Jacksonville's only got like 2 wins. So Denver's my pick. San Francisco and Chicago. To me, these 2 teams are probably the worst teams in the league, if I dare say. Even though Cleveland has the worst record, these 2 teams really have struggled more than Cleveland because they've lost by lots of points almost every game, even though Chicago has beat Green Bay. And I'm picking Chicago because they do have home field, and San Francisco, they've won 1 game all year, and I can't remember who it was against, but Chicago has won 2 games, and I think that they are a better team than San Francisco, so I'm picking Chicago. Houston and Green Bay, I'm picking the Packers. The Packers are at home. Packers just beat the Eagles. Houston, they're really off and on right now, and it doesn't really look good for them. I think Green Bay is going to come out with the win here, so I'm going to take Green Bay. Kansas City and Atlanta. This is one of those games where both teams are really solid. They're both probably going to be in the playoffs. Atlanta, however, is at home. That's why I'm going to pick them. This is one of those games where it's so hard to pick that I'm just going to go with the home field team, so I'm taking Atlanta. Miami and Baltimore. Miami has won 6 straight. Baltimore is leading their division, but I'm taking Miami because they have a better record than Baltimore by, I think, 1 game, but they've been on a hot streak for most of the season. They just lost their first 4 games, and I think everything else since then they've won. So I'm taking Miami. Philadelphia and Cincinnati. I'm taking the Eagles because Philadelphia, they blew it last week against the Ravens, which is a team that they probably should have been able to beat. Philadelphia lost to Green Bay, but I think they're going to bounce back, and Cincinnati's just got too many injuries. Buffalo versus Oakland. Oakland's home this week. Buffalo is not the same level of a team as Oakland is, and Oakland has done really, really well for the entire season, so I'm going to take Oakland. Tampa Bay versus San Diego. This is another game where I couldn't really pick, but Tampa Bay beat Seattle last week, and they only held them to 5 points, so that's good for them. San Diego has an under 500 record. Tampa Bay, I don't know if they could get a wild card spot, but they're somewhere in the vicinity. I think that they're about half of a game behind Atlanta, and they're going to be fighting because they know that they want a playoff spot, and there are a lot of good teams, and they've got to be able to win for the rest of the season. They've got to win some big games, and I think Tampa Bay's going to come out with more fight, so I'm taking Tampa Bay. Giants versus Steelers. I know the Giants are on the 6th or 7th game winning streak as well, but Pittsburgh is fighting for their lives. They are down in the tiebreaker against Baltimore right now, and they're going to have to win this game if they want to really have a shot at securing the AFC North, because Baltimore is playing Miami, and Baltimore could lose this week, and Pittsburgh, knowing that's going to come out, knowing that they want to win to gain the division control, and they're at home, and the crowd will be behind them, so I'm going to take Pittsburgh on this game. Washington and Arizona, I'm taking Washington. Arizona lost by, I think, 19 against Atlanta. Washington has looked really strong throughout the season. It's been quiet, but they've been really good. They're going for that last wild card spot, and they're going to want this game, so I'm going to take Washington. Carolina versus Seattle. I was going to originally go with Carolina because lately they've been doing pretty well, but Seattle's at home, and the 12th man's going to be behind them. I'm going to take Seattle because they're going after that first round bye. They're going to fight, so I'm taking Seattle. Indianapolis versus the New York Jets. I think this is the Monday night game. And this game, the Jets are out of playoff contention. They have no shot. But Indianapolis, the AFC South is very, very tight right now. And if they win, I don't know if they're 1 game back or 2 games back of Houston, but Tennessee is also very close. Tennessee's on the bye, and if Indianapolis wins, that'll give them ground on Tennessee. And if Houston loses, the AFC South could have a 3-way tie by the end of this week, because I'm not sure what their records are, but they're all within 2 games of each other, and it could all combine to be a 3-way tie for the AFC South. And Indianapolis, if they want a playoff spot, this game is big. So I'm going to take Indianapolis. So the bye teams, this is the last week of byes, and Cleveland and Tennessee are the last 2 teams that have not had their bye. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment below. Also subscribe to my channel for more NFL and NBA videos. And I'll see you in my next video.